because I want to give Minister Neil Maxambo, come on around here, sir, the opportunity. Where you want to be, in front of the green screen, or you want to sit right here? Yeah, come on and sit down. Sit down and talk to us a little bit.
Thank you, Apostle. This is just incredible to be here with all these different people, and with everybody's help, from Elder Kendall, again, Deacon Jeff, and just everybody who put this thing together has been incredible. Apostle was talking about that love. When we're talking about the nucleus of motion, basically what we're talking about is we're talking about a group of people who are coming together and through their synergistic energy and through their synergistic efforts help move that nucleus. The thing is, within a nucleus you have things such as protons, you have things such as neutrons, and the thing is, a proton is a positively charged particle. And that could be a very positive person, a person with a lot of energy.
Work, man.
The thing is, when you have a proton and you take another proton, I call it the alpha syndrome. Basically, they don't want to stay together. They kind of repel each other because positives kind of repel each other. You need things like neutrons or people who are facilitators to kind of help them hold together, to help hold that critical mass. As well as, the amazing thing is that when you have all these different particles within the nucleus, they're held together by something called the strong force. All right, if we were in the church, I'd tell them, look at your neighbor and say the strong force. That strong force is the love that Apostle was just talking about. When we come together, the thing is, even though we're positively charged and we're trying to go to different areas and we're trying to do what we do, what happens is we've got to be held together by the strong force. Now that strong force comes into play with a couple things. Number one, with the velocity of the particles moving. So when the particles are moving, they have to be moving very fast and they tend to hold together. And number two, the thing is that when they are put under extreme pressure, they tend to have to stay together. All right, particles have to come together.
Nice.
And so when we're talking about the studio today, when we're looking at all the things that happened with the studio, Apostle mentioned about all those different initiatives that we had, the intercessorizing, IPTV, Breakthrough of Brownsville, the cafes, the launch of Elder Jackie Hendricks Ministries, the ordinations, all those different things. One person was not responsible for doing all those things. Right. There was one person who was the visionary, and then there were a bunch of other people that helped facilitate. There were other protons, other people moving. But see, it all helped us come together, and then when we came together, we were able to launch those things. And 2012 was just a start. It was just the beginning of something.
Oh, I like that.
So when we're talking about the nucleus of motion, what we're talking about, and this is normally I'm notorious for stealing things, but this is one that is this is original. There is an us in nucleus.
Give it to me, man.
All right. If we were in a church setting, I'd tell you to look at your neighbor and say, there is an us. Apostle, could you come here for just a second?
There is an us. Okay, yes, sir.
So if we're in a church setting, come on down there.
Oh, yes, right.
I would say, look at your neighbor and say, there is an us.
There is an us
in nucleus.
In nucleus.
And see, now if you really want to take this a step further, there is a new us in nucleus.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Listen, see, you don't hit me all on the head, brother. He don't give me a high five on the top of my head.
I got excited. But there is a new us in nucleus.
I think that was a Freudian slip. I think he wanted to do that.
Right.
Come on, there's an us.
There's a new us in nucleus.
Man,
see, the thing is that when we come together, one particle does not make an atom. Okay, one part, even the first particle or the first atom is hydrogen. It has a proton, but there's also an electron. It cannot be by itself. Okay, so my point is that when we're talking about there's a new us in nucleus, when you come together with somebody else, when you come together with different people, they all contribute something to you. Beautiful. And you help contribute something to them. And now you become better, everyone else becomes better.
That's right.
All right? So that's how we become a new us, a nucleus. Now understand that within each nucleus, for every positively charged, or for every proton that you have, for every positively charged particle, there is an electron. All right, what do you mean? There's a negatively charged particle. Okay, what does that mean? Well, quite simply, it means this, is that even though we may have positive initiatives, we have all these different things that we have on the agenda, there is a lot of opposition.
Yes, that's good.
There is a lot of opposition. Okay, and it can become very frustrating, and it can become very difficult to try to break through that opposition. But what happens is this: if we have the mind of cognitive evolution, we recognize that that electron, that negatively charged particle, that opposition, or whatever it is there for a reason. It's helping us. It's helping propel us. It helps make us who we are. Amen?
That's good.
So basically what we want to do is we've got to understand, with this nucleus, no particle can stay by itself. We need something called a strong force to bring us together. Pressure is going to help us stay together. And even the negatively charged things, even all the opposition, we may want to start a business, we may want to start a family, we may want to start a ministry, or what have you. There's all these different things that are affecting us. Again, that's just all part of cognitive evolution. It's just understanding that that's part of the nucleus of motion.
That's right.
And with that said, I'm going to turn it back over to the apostle.
Lord have mercy. Listen. Listen to me. This in my Father's house there are many mansions. And Jesus said, I go to prepare a place for you. He said, and if it was not so, I'd have told you. I'm telling you something, saints. We can stop looking for this utopia and just start looking around. Come on, somebody just start looking around. Look around. Because in my Father's house are many mansions. What you just heard, you know, listen. That was his stuff. That wasn't my stuff. We always joke and tease about whose stuff it is and who's got, you know, who's... I think you got my revelation, and we do that out of jest. But I'm telling you, what you just heard was a man of God who applies himself to the word. And the Lord spoke to him about there's a us in nucleus, and then there is a new us. Good God Almighty. I'm telling you, that sounds like my Uncle Dave right there. Good God Almighty. That's his signature line. Good God Almighty. But I'm telling you, that is profound in the context. Listen. This young man is a phenomenal teacher, and he's a great asset and a wonderful, wonderful person in my life, and I thank God for him so much. Listen, we're going to pause for just a moment because there's another guy I want you to hear, and he's the guy that's behind the camera all the time. He really is. He don't want to be seen. He doesn't really want to talk a lot, but I can call him, I can text him and say, hey man, what kind of camera, or what kind of this, or what kind of that, and he is absolutely the guy. Elder Darrell, come on over here. We want the world to see you in your thievery form too. I want you to receive at this time, right now, Deacon Jeff Level. Come on and make your way around, Dr. Jeff. You see, he's straightening the camera. Look. Listen, y'all loving it. I know you're loving this. I hope your mom and dad see you like this too on TV. Here you go. This is Deacon Jeff Level, and he's a wonderful man of God. Here you go. Say hello to your wife while you're on that line, please.
Hello to my wife, I'm on the line. Hey, there we go. Boy, this is strange. Hey!
Dr. Jeff, if you
what do you
would,
want me to explain
yes,
about?
if you would, share with us and share with our audience why you do what you do.
Why do I do what I do?
Yes.
I wonder at times. Really, it's been a long time coming for me personally to realize that I'm actually in doing that thing that God has anointed me to do, and I enjoy doing. But on top of that, I do it because I love God, and I know because the things that I'm able to facilitate the ministry, the people of the ministry to do, allows them to accomplish their purpose. I enjoy being in the background, more than you know. But it's been a long time process, like I said, to come to the place where I know that the talents and things that God has put in me, the experience I've gained in what I do has allowed me to better Eric Newell Ministries, Judah Ministries, Abba Ministries, to help really just facilitate their ministry, what they feel God calling them to do. And it's been a blessing to me that I've been able to do that, which Apostle Eric just said, where he has asked for something and then through experience, through resources, been able to provide that to him. So I guess he would have me come up here and really do this to encourage those who think they're in the background that don't have a lot to do, can do a lot for the ministries. Step in. If you're interested in doing things, come alongside somebody who is already doing something, you know, so we can share.
Beautiful.
Really encourage people to just step in and do what they have talent for the ministry. For God, not even for ministry. I mean, if you feel called to do something, if you have a talent for it, just something, an affinity for it that you enjoy doing, develop that, work on that, learn it, train yourself, get books on it, and then God will move you into doing it for the ministry. I mean, that's the way it was here when I started at Judah almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't just immediately do what I do. I walked into it. I walked alongside somebody. God put me into that. I've learned. I've grown. So.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. What you're hearing absolutely is his heart every single day. And I am thoroughly glad about that. Oh, I need to have that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. I am, for those of you who could not hear it, I said, that is what he does daily, and I am absolutely glad about that.